these Charitras are being addressed to Raja Charitr Singh. But the reason they're being addressed is to save the life of Raja Hanwant Singh, to save the life of his son. Because his son's being falsely accused, right? The claims that Raja Charitr Singh's wife had made on his son Hanwant Singh, because of those claims, Raja Charitr Singh is ready to kill his own son. The mantris recognize this is wrong. Uday Charitra is trying to teach Raja Charitr Singh, like, look, you're going to make a wrong decision here by executing your son. You want to execute your son, that's not probably the best thing to do. But they're not saying that to him directly. They want to show him that. So that's why they're showing each Charitra, so the Raja can make an educated decision himself. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Saad Sangat Ji, we're back here with the 20th Charitra, the 19th tale. Pujang Chand, Bohor Bandak Himaj, Nripaput Dario, Pai Por Bohor Nikatako Hakario. So just like in the previous Charitras, Raja Charitr Singh sends his son Hanwant Singh back to the jail cell once the Sakhi is over, once Charitra is over from the previous Charitra we heard. And then morning of, since this is a new Charitra, he gets called back. Tabai mantrayo rai so ban dakhyo Chitra Singh ke poot ko pran rakhyo. So to save the life of Raja Charitr Singh's son, the mantris now say a new story. Remember, because you got to remember that these Charitras are being addressed to Raja Charitr Singh. But the reason they're being addressed is to save the life of Raja Hanwant Singh, to save the life of his son. Because his son's being falsely accused, right? Because of the claims that Raja Charitr Singh's wife had made on his son Hanwant Singh. Because of those claims, Raja Charitr Singh is ready to kill his own son. The mantris recognize this is wrong, and this isn't right. So now they're trying to teach Raja Charitr Singh, like, look, you're going to make a wrong decision here by executing your son. You want to execute your son, that's not probably the best thing to do. But they're not saying that to him directly. They want to show him that. So that's why they're showing each Charitra, so the Raja can make an educated decision himself. Sahar Cheen Ma Cheen Mein Ek Nari. So there was a Nari, there was a Istri, a woman in the city of Cheen. Cheen meaning China. So within China, there's a city called Ma Cheen. So within that city of Ma Cheen, there is a Nari, there's a Istri, a woman, right? Rahe apne khawand hai adik pyari. She was very loved by her husband. Jo so ban pakhe wahi baat manna. He loved her so much that whatever his wife would tell her husband, the husband will do so. Bina tahe puche nahi kaaj thana. Without asking her for permission, he wouldn't do a single thing. So he was a very faithful husband. He would do whatever his wife would tell him. And then if he wanted to do something himself, he would ask his wife before doing it, right? And this is cool because it's kind of like flipping the roles here. The previous Charitra, as you remember, the Istri there, the female there, was saying that to her husband, that a female listens to what her husband says, right? Here is the opposite. The husband's playing the role that I will listen to whatever my wife says. Okay. Dino ran dare rahe tahe dera bina tahe nahe indar ki hoor na hera. Hoor hera. So he loved her so much that night and day he would stay with her, and he would not even look at another woman. Even if Indar Devta, his wife, were to come down, if one of his wives, Indar Devta's wives, were to come down, Hoor meaning his wife, right? Indar is like a Pashara. You can say those celestial beings that live in Swargs. Je pame Indar di hoor vi thalle aaje, hai na? He would not even look at her. That's how much faith or drit bharosa he had in his wife. Tariya roop anup leh piye jeeva bina nar puche nahi paan peeva. He would see his wife and then he would live. Like, he will live by seeing his wife, right? It's to the extent, Guru Sahib says, that he would not even drink a glass of water without asking his wife, yeah? Bina nar puche, without asking his wife, nahi paan peeve. Oh, paani tak nahi pinda si, hai na? Apni istri to puchan to bina. Pani bhi nahi pinda si. Mati Lal Niko Rahe Naam Bala. So what was her name? Her name was Mati Lal. So the name of his wife, her name is Mati Lal. Yeah? Lal means like Hira, a jewel. Mati means intellect. You know, she was supposed to have jewel-like intellect. Dipa char abba mano rag mala suni kan aisi na vaisi nihari. Pei hai na aage na hua hai kumari. Guruji does the upma of this Bibi Mati Lal by saying that there's never been anyone like her and there will never be anyone like her. She was very beautiful. You know, that even the sun will become fikka in front of her. You know, all the rags, the rags are different type of melody structures. You know, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is divided by rags, right? So if all the rags, like the rosary rags, will come down and sing their songs, sing their measures, musical measures, they will become fikka in front of her. They'll be very faded in front of her. She had that much beauty. Okay, mano aap ala haat brahma banai. Mano ke, suppose that Brahma himself has created her with his own hands. Okay? Suppose that Brahma ji himself has made her with his own hands. Kido dev jani, kido man jai. It's almost like the Devte had given birth to her, or Kamdev himself, Cupid himself, has given birth to her. Pei nahi nehe hai na hoye hai trivasi, mano jachni nagni kinani si. Mano says that no one has ever been born like her in the three worlds, and no one ever will ever be. Mano, suppose she's like the highest of all the Jachinis, Naganis, Kinanis. Okay, so there's different type of celestial beings. Guru Sahib is using an analogy here by saying that out of the Jash, the Nags and Kinanis, Kinana is like a half horse, half person kind of celestial being type of being. Nagnis are like the snakes, you know. In the same way, Jash is another type of celestial being. You can say like Devlok vich jire devte type rehndे ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਪਤਾਲ ਲੋਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਵਾਸੀ ਆ, those type of, even they were you know, say she's out of bounds, like she's out of this world. ਤਿਨਕ ਦੇਸ ਕੇ ਰਾਵ ਸੋ ਨੇਹ ਠਾਨਿਓ maha chatur te chit ke beech chanya. So what happened with her? Right? She was beautiful, right? Her husband was so faithful to her, right? What happens? What's the twist in the story? Well, the twist is this, right? In her area of Machin, remember she's in China, right? It's pretty cool, Chinese Charitr. In her area of Jin, she falls in love with the king. Yeah. So king, maybe he's a leader, a political leader, maybe he's a governor. Maharaj says the word king, right? So meaning he had so much money, control, power. He was a person of authority, basic point, right? And she falls in love with him. Maha Chatur te chit ke beech janyo. She recognizes that he's Siana, tika. He has cleverness. She recognizes that he has money, right? Adik roop anup taako behaja, lakhe jahe kantrakh ko dukh bhaja. And kandrak means suraj. Kandrak means suraj. So she sees the king to be beautiful, handsome, and she sees him. Lakhe means to see. Lakhe. She sees him to be like the sun, right? Even the sun, the sun's sunlight becomes fikka in front of the king. Like to say that the king is like brighter than the sun. Like that's how much she saw in him the values of beauty and cleverness and money, right? Actually, right now they don't really mention the money part. They mention more just cleverness and his beauty. Dohira. Adik preet ta so kari chit mein chatur pachan. Right? Chad dai lajja sabha badi birah ke baan. So she falls in love with him. Right? They meet each other. They fall in love with each other. And in her heart, she recognizes him to be very Siana. I guess that's what she kind of dies for him. Chatur. The word Chatur came up twice now. Chatur means Siana, clever, wise. Right? So wise, not the sense of wise like, you know, we'll say, oh, that person is really wise in a good sense. Chatur meaning just clever, you know, like intelligent. That's the best way you can say it. Chatur meaning intelligent, right? She for his intelligence, she kind of died for him, right? And Guru Sahib says here, she got shot by the arrow of love. Yeah. And she dei laja sabha chad dei laja sabha. Uni sari dunya di jid laja hai ni, sharam jinu kande ha. She let go of the honor our own honor in the world, right? Like what that means is that ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੱਜਾ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤੀ, like you don't care about the world anymore, you don't care what the world says about you. That's what happened to her, right? She doesn't care if now, you know, someone says, hey, why are you with this guy, aren't you already married? Like she's kind of like lost her mind in that way. Okay, Totak Chand Lakh Roop Lalla Ju ko Reej Rahi Jeh Jot Prabha Neh Jat Kahi Nis Ek Triya Teh Bel Liyo Man Pavat Poop Ko Po Kiyo. So you know, falling in love with him, what happens one day is that she couldn't resist. She calls him over when her husband had to go out for some kind of work, right? And so when her husband had left for some time, she calls him over. Sigdi nij poop so po kareo eh beach triya pat aan pareo. So what happens is that she spends the night with him, right? She's making love with him. She's spending her time with him, and at night time, like it says, a beach within the night, sometime within the night, so before day rises, her husband comes home. Triya pat means pati, triya means istri. Her husband comes on pariyo ghar aa gaya hai na, te avat jaan dari hiya means heart, ma means within, and within her heart she got scared. She's like, oh no, my husband's home. Eh paan charitar thatteo jiya man, that she thinks of a charitar in her heart. Yeah, ji means heart again, he means heart, hiya means heart, jiya means heart. But in her heart she thinks of a charitar, a play, a deception, right? What does she think? Dohira takiye kar rakhyo nirpeh apni sej banaye jaye piya aage liye param preet upjaye. So what happens is that she keeps the Raja on her bed, right? She hides him with her clothes. Takiye kar rakhyo nipeh apne sej banaye. So on her bed she just hides him with it, like she takes a bunch of clothes from her closet, she covers the bed with clothes, right? And she grabs her husband and gives him a lot of love, right? So that he doesn't think for 2 seconds that something's off, right? Poop lakhyo chit main faseo aantriya ke het. Jo Raja si वो अपने चित्त ਵਿੱਚ सोच लग पे मैं किथे फंस गया. The Raja starts thinking, damn, because of this girl I'm going to get killed tonight, right? त्रिय के हेत means वास्ते, स्त्री वास्ते मैं तो आज मैं फंस गया यहाँ. I'm going to get caught today. फंसियो means I'm going to get caught because of this girl, for this girl, right? अधिक चित्त पीतर डरियो श्वास न उच्चे लेद. ਉਹ ਹੁਣ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉੱਬੇ ਸਾਹ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਰ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ. He's scared, right? Because he's scared in his heart, he's barely breathing. He doesn't want her husband to know that he's here. Pat so at rat maan ke rahi gare laptaye kiyo serano poop ko soe raha sukh paye. So what did she do? She embraced her husband, right? Lapat gayi hai na, lapat gayi apne pati naal. She embraced her husband and just made love with him. And kiyo sirane poop ko soe raha sukh paye. Te oh bechara sajje paase, he's on the same bed, he's just sleeping there, right? Underneath all those clothes and everything. Te por pe ut piya geo nirp so po kamaye. So what happened in the morning? Her husband has to now leave, right, for work or whatever. So he goes to work, and before sending the king off, she spends some time with him again, makes some love with him again. Te kaad sarana te turat sadan diyo pahunchaye. She takes all the sarane that she had covered him with clothing and pillows. So she takes all those things away, she gets him out, and sadan diyo pahunchaye, apne ghar bhej deta, like go home now, right? Jo siane hoya, now this is the moral of the story. Mara says, Jo siane hoye jagat mein, the intelligent people of this world, the wise people of the world, siane meaning those wise people, ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਤ੍ਰਿਆ ਸੋ ਕਰਤ ਪਿਆਰ, ਕਿ ਐਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਨਾ, ਤਾਹੇ ਮਹਾ ਜੜ ਸਮਝਿਓ ਚਿੱਤ ਭੀਤਰ ਨਿਰਤਾਰ. ਸਿਆਣੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਐਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੂਰਖਤਾ. So intelligent people, wise people know that to be in love with such a woman, right, who you've given all of your faith to, right, you don't even, the guy was not even moving without asking her, right? He wouldn't even drink water without asking her, Mati was saying, right? Like to that extent, he was so faithful to her. But what did she do? Behind his back, She went for someone that was more intelligent, right? That's what she died for, right? She went for someone that was more intelligent. She, just like her husband, she could have also been like, no, I'm not gonna look at anywhere else. Her husband would not look at another girl. He would not look at another woman. Guru Sahib said, even if Indra himself, his wives came down to the world, he would not look at her, right? Like, as in, he would not look at any bibi, any female. He was so tarmi to her wife, but her wife, you know, she had no consideration of that. You know, when her time comes, she came across someone she liked, you know, she just jumped on that bandwagon really fast, right? And so she cheated on him. She committed adultery, you know, and that's a mahan pap, you know, especially within Sikhi. Adultery is a mahan pap, and that's why there's so many chitras written on it. Maharaj says, Taha maha jad. Jad means murk. That person who falls in love with such a woman, such a person, you know, who, remember, because this goes both ways. We've seen behind and forward, it goes both ways, right? Faith can be from a woman to a male and a male to a woman, right? But in this sense, you know, because Guru Sahib is talking to the mantris are talking to Raja Charitr Singh, explaining to him that, look, you could be as faithful as you want to your wife, but you don't know what she's harvesting in her mind, you know. Is to say that she's not tarmi, right? She's not tarmi back to you. You might be tarmi to her, but she is not tarmi to you. So here ends the 20th Charitar, and Guru Sahib explaining that to fall in love with such a woman, such a person is foolishness, you know, because they won't you know, basically backstabbed you, you know, in a way. So yeah, this ends the 20th Charitar, the 19th tale. Satsanga ji, I will see you guys in the next Charitar ji. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.